I used to believe that family was supposed to be your safe haven. No matter how difficult life got, they were the ones who would stand by you, protect you, and love you unconditionally. I was wrong. For 6 years, I built a thriving career as a senior software engineer at a major tech company. I had the means to live in a beautiful apartment, yet I remained in my parents' house because they insisted on the importance of family unity. But my home wasn't a home. It was a prison. My parents were overbearing, controlling, and obsessed with my every move. They tracked my work schedule, monitored my online meetings, and even commented on who I spoke to. They idolized my older sister, Emily, the perfect daughter, with the perfect career and the perfect marriage to James. James, the son they wished they had. My long-distance boyfriend, Michael, was never good enough for them. Despite his success in the same field as me, they dismissed him completely, attacking everything from his career choices to his wardrobe. Still, I endured. I convinced myself that their constant surveillance was love. I told myself that things weren't as bad as they seemed. Then one day, everything changed. It started with a summons. My parents called me into the living room with solemn faces. My heart sank. This wasn't the usual passive-aggressive critique. Something was different. "We know what you've done," my father said. He turned his laptop, screened toward me. What I saw made my blood run cold. Text messages, flirty, suggestive, incriminating, and they were between me and James. I felt sick. "This isn't real," I said, my voice shaking. "These messages are fake." My mother's eyes filled with tears of fury. "I should have seen this coming," she whispered. "You've always been jealous of Emily?" I turned to my sister, begging her to believe me, but Emily wouldn't meet my eyes. "Pack your things," my father growled. "You have 24 hours to get out of this house." I couldn't process it. I couldn't breathe. I had done nothing wrong, yet I was being thrown away like garbage. With nowhere else to go, I called the only people who had ever truly loved me, my grandparents. When I told them what happened, my grandfather's voice was firm. "Come home, sweetheart. We believe you." For the first time that day, I cried. I packed up my life in a single night. Years of memories, my entire career, everything, shoved into a few bags. As I walked out of the house, my father didn't even look at me. I moved in with my grandparents, hoping to rebuild. But fate had other plans. 3 days later, my grandfather was gone. A heart attack. The man who had been my rock, my protector, taken away because of the stress my father had put him through. And my parents? They didn't even come to the funeral. Instead, I found out through a cousin that they were on vacation, posting beach selfies while we buried the only man who had ever defended me. I was shattered. As I sorted through my grandfather's belongings, I found a note tucked inside his desk drawer. 3 words. Call. Bob. Bob was my grandfather's lawyer, and when I called him, I learned the truth. My grandfather had seen this coming. He had seen what kind of man my father was. And so he left everything to me. The house, the savings, the investments, everything. When my father found out, he came knocking. But this time he wasn't angry. He was calm. Too calm. "We should let the past stay in the past," he said smoothly. "But you know, sweetheart, I do deserve my fair share of the inheritance." That's when I realized the accusations weren't about morality. They were about money. My father had tried to ruin my life just so he could steal from me. As I sorted through my grandfather's records, I found something even bigger than an inheritance dispute. A hidden USB drive. Inside? Decades of financial fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering, and my father wasn't working alone. James was in on it, too. Then Emily showed up at my door, crying. She had just found out that James had been cheating on her for years. But that wasn't the worst part. During their fight, Emily demanded to see his phone. That's when she found the proof. The fake messages. The ones that framed me. James had used my name as a cover for his affairs. I was innocent all along. With everything we had found, the financial crimes, the fraud, the fake accusations, Emily and I went to Bob, and Bob went to the FBI. It all unraveled faster than we expected. One morning, as my father and James were having breakfast at their usual upscale restaurant, the FBI stormed in and arrested them both. Everything collapsed. Their assets were seized. Their associates turned against them. James lost his job. My father's reputation was destroyed overnight. And my mother, she played the innocent victim until the FBI revealed that she had been laundering money through her charity. She was arrested, too. My father was sentenced to 15 years in prison. James? 12 years. My mother? 8 years. And Emily? She filed for divorce and never looked back. With our parents gone, Emily and I rebuilt our relationship. I was promoted to Director of Security Operations. Ironically, my job was now to stop people like my father. Michael moved in and we bought a home together. And my grandmother? She started a support group for families affected by financial fraud. As for my mother, once obsessed with her social status, she was last seen shopping at a discount store, abandoned by her old friends. Justice had been served, and for the first time in my life, I was free. Looking back, I wonder, could I have done anything differently? But I've realized something. Family isn't about blood. It's about trust. I lost the people who betrayed me, but I found the people who truly loved me, and that's all I ever needed. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.